The United States is marking the 250th anniversary of its founding with nationwide celebrations. But what should be a moment of unity for the American people is proving to be more divisive than many had hoped. Preparations are underway for an event in Washington featuring President Trump that's being described as a partisan campaign rally. Meanwhile, in New York, Vice President J.D. Vance watched tall ships arrive and a military flyover before giving a speech in which he blasted what he called critics of the United States. Some anniversary events have been cancelled due to the heat wave over much of the country. DW correspondent Misha Komadovsky told us more about the celebrations.
Well, it's just too hot here, Tommy. It's 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 43 degrees Celsius for our overseas viewers. And back in 1776, I have to say, when the founding fathers signed the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson actually recorded the temperature in Philadelphia that day. It hit only 24 degrees, and back then that counted as hot. Today could end up being the hottest 4th of July ever recorded here in the nation's capital. And the heat isn't just uncomfortable, it's actually disrupting the celebrations. Take the Salute to America event on the National Mall. Organizers just pushed back the public opening to 6 p.m. Just to cut down on how long people are stuck outside in this unbearable heat. And President Trump's Great American State Fair had to close its doors multiple times this week because of the heat. 44 people needed treatment there for heat stroke, and the Independence Day parade, it was canceled for the same reason. There are plenty of tourists here in Washington, D.C., I have to say, visitors from all 50 states who travel to Washington to celebrate the semi-quincentennial, the 250th birthday of their country. You know, it feels like Europe just passed us the heat wave baton, and it is very, very hot here.
A lot cancelled, but for what will happen, can you tell us what's expected later today?
Well, a lot. We're expecting some celebrations to start right now. Flyovers will roar over the Capitol every hour, starting from now, actually. Fighter jets, Air Force One, even B-2 bombers, those ones that actually bombed Iran, they rehearsed yesterday, and the noise actually echoed across the entire city. And some locals said to me it was too loud for them and a little bit scary, but some told me there is something about that sound, something about that roar. It brings a real sense of pride for them. Tonight, the celebrations continue with a Salute to America concert. President Trump is expected to speak around 9:45 p.m. and right after him, organizers promise what they're calling the longest fireworks display in American history. It's almost 40 minutes. Now, getting to today's festivities wasn't exactly smooth. President Trump launched his own group to organize the celebration. It's called Freedom 250. That's separate from the official group, America 250, which both parties, both Republicans and Democrats, set up years ago. So there's been a bit of a turf war, if I may, between the two. And some performers even pulled out of the kickoff event a few weeks ago, saying they were promised it would be non-political, non-partisan. But it ended up looking a lot like a Trump campaign rally instead. His Mount Rushmore speech just yesterday for America's birthday took an unusually political turn. The president called communism a bigger threat than World War I, than World War II, or Pearl Harbor, or 9/11. That broke from the unifying tone past presidents like Ronald Reagan usually struck on Independence Day. We'll see what kind of tone he will pick for tonight's address to the nation.
All right, we'll look out for that. DW Washington correspondent Misha Komadovsky, thank you and stay cool. As we mentioned, as part of the celebrations on the U.S.'s 250th birthday, historic tall ships from around the world have been sailing into New York Harbor for a naval parade. And they've been joined by 53 U.S. and foreign warships. One of them is Germany's Gorch Fock. That's the German Navy's floating classroom used to train naval officers. DW correspondent Benjamin Alvarez Gruber was on board to see how it's been taking part in the celebrations.
An international birthday celebration for the 250 years of the United States of America. Here in New York City, dozens of tall ships from around the world joined by US naval ships that were also part of this parade. A massive flyover, around 200 planes flying over these ships over the Hudson River. We're on board of the German Navy's training ship Gorch Fock, and we heard from the German ambassador and also from top German army leadership here that they are ambassadors, that they want to congratulate the US on this very important day, that definitely not only the members and the sailors on board of these tall ships and those hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people lining up to see them will definitely not forget.
250 years of independence. But is the country really united? US politics has been marked by partisanship and polarization in recent years, and President Donald Trump almost seems to be making the anniversary more about himself than the country. So what do ordinary Americans think? Our reporters asked people in 3 different cities for their thoughts, including in Washington, D.C., New York, and L.A., and the answers were somewhat mixed. We'll start off in Philadelphia.
My German's a little rusty, so.
Do you feel like this July 4th? Do you feel like the United States is more or less unified, and why?
It's a great question. I think the World Cup is a great opportunity to really show how unified the United States is. I mean, we are really feeling the underdog spirit this summer, and this summer, unlike any other summer, is an opportunity for us to really come together. 250 years is an amazing milestone for the Republic, and we're just really blessed to be able to live here. So I think we're more unified.
Do you feel like this July 4th? Do you feel like the country is more or less united, and why?
I think more united.
I think so too.
I think this year, the 250th anniversary of our great country, I think it brought a lot of people together.
Yeah. From afar and to here.
Yeah.
So
From near and far. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's wonderful seeing everybody united.
I feel like the country is very much united this time because of the World Cup. I can't even speak right now. Thank you. Sorry. The love that we're feeling for the sport of soccer, and how we're just coming together with all the other countries and everyone's visiting us. And the 250th, just celebrating being independent as a country as well.
Unfortunately, Abraham Lincoln once said, a country divided cannot stand, and that's true. And yes, we are divided. There are people on one side and the other side. They need to come together. So are we divided? Yes. Can we come together? We have to. So it's possible to, but right now we are divided. Whoever sees us, I don't want to know who's going to see this, but we need to come back together.
Definitely more thanks to the World Cup. Everybody's kind of immersed in everybody else's cultures, and nothing's politicized. Everything's just fun and genuine, and I feel like it's definitely something we needed.
I feel like we are more divided, and I'll tell you exactly why. It is very easy to get ratings and get an audience by demonizing the other side. The problem really is, if we focused on the issues, that would unite us, because even if we disagreed, we would have something to work towards.
I feel like there's still division within the country.
Yeah, I feel like particularly this July 4th, our country is more divided than it has been in the past.
But I think there's a lot of union because it's a celebration of the 250th birthday, so.
Less united. But on the day specifically, very united. So in general, more divided, but due to it being the 250th, I think it's more united for this particular holiday, if that makes sense.
How unified does this country feel to you right now?
I feel it's pretty unified right now, especially with the 250th anniversary of America. So I think we've done a good job getting back on track of all being Americans together and celebrating what it means to be a unified country.
I think for today, we're so unified and celebrating, the history of the United States, its founding, and it's just great to be here. I think, you can feel the energy, everybody celebrating it.
Without getting overtly political, there are people that don't give a hoot about this day. And I think if you live here and you're making good money here and you're free, freedom of religion, freedom to exercise many things that you can't do in 75% of the countries around the world.
On this 4th of July, how unified do you feel the country is to you, and why?
I feel that it's unified in some instances and not in others. I feel it's unified because everyone's together, happy, celebrating. Everything's been going kind of good, and everyone's still trying to bring it together and pull it together.
Right now, well, being with this event, you see all type of people out here. Nobody knows what we go through as individuals on a day-to-day basis, so it makes moments like this special, you know?
Well, the media would tell you that this country isn't unified. Yet actions speak louder than words, and if you look at the actions of this country coming together, that is unification.
How unified is this country today on America's 250th birthday, and why?
See, I would say for the most part we're fairly unified for the majority of the population. There are people who want to portray us as not unified to basically to further their own political agenda, which is divide the country so they can destroy it.
250 years old, I guarantee you, and I know for a fact that we ain't nowhere near as unified as our forefathers, wanted us to be nowadays, as they were back then. It's very different. I kind of feel like we're definitely split in two, if not maybe three. It's very difficult, and a lot of people got a lot of different opinions, but that's what America's about, and that's what they made us. They made it that way.
250. America means everything to me. I went with your second question first. It means everything to me. Where else could you see all these unified people out celebrating in the 100 million degree heat?